you got to look for that gas. So Skenes, here's a young guy who's got an explosive fastball.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get that breaking ball over for enough strikes, he will be he has a chance to be a dominating force. But you got to be able to throw the breaking ball enough times for strikes in order to make that 100-mile-an-hour fastball look like 105 miles an hour.
Yeah. What's up, guys? We are back. Change the Game Baseball, episode 5. I am Jake Savicki, your host, one of them. The co-host over here is...
Two-time World Series champion, David Justice. Episode 5, Jake.
We are
back
here.
again.
We're here. I'll be honest, I didn't know if we were going to make it this far. Till you came along, I said, all right, we got something.
Oh, we're going to make it.
We're going to make it. All right. Last week, if you guys didn't catch the episode, we talked about the Marlins giving up, which seems pretty clear. They dumped off Arias over there to the Padres, which turned out to be...
He's so happy right now.
Gosh, he's happy. He's so happy.
Oh.
And he's playing well, which you knew you were going to get, but
he probably left all his clothes in Miami.
He just
all
said,
his
"See you
clothes,
later.
every glove, bat, everything just ran out the door.
He was gone. And he immediate production, man. 4 for 4 to start his first game. Ended up, I think, 4 for 5 or 6. But, man, what an impact. So he's been fun to watch over there with the Padres, and I just think he fits so well.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about a couple other things. A lot of fun. That was a good episode. Go check it out if you haven't already. Today, we're going to get right into it. We got a few good topics here. Skenes had his debut. We're going to talk about him.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Miller situation over in Oakland. And we got a new segment today called Memory Lane with Justice, where we're going to just get to listen to you talk about some good memories of the day. We'll run that through every episode, and then we'll go Jake's takes. And then at the end, Jake and Justice get real, where we break out the old box and ask some important questions. So getting right into it today, Paul Skenes had his big league debut Saturday. A good outing for him. He was 4 innings. I think he gave up 6 hits, 3 runs. But I guess the story on him on the mound is he's a starter, 100.9 through 101.9. He has now the 9 fastest fastballs from a starter this year. And he just looks good. He looks really good.
Yeah.
And he's got a new pitch, they're calling it. He throws a sinker, but it moves so much at such a high velocity that they're calling it a splinter, sinker, and a splitter. They're calling it a splinker.
Okay, we're coming up with new names.
They're making
now.
up new names for this guy and everything.
Right.
But exciting to see him, such a quick draft to the big leagues. And I think obviously he was probably ready second he got drafted, but get through the minor leagues, get your feet wet, do all that. And I thought he looked good. So
you know what I like about Skenes is one, first of all, the dude is 6'6", right? So he already has mound presence.
He's a big boy, yeah.
Throwing 100 miles an hour. And Jake, I don't know how many times, 97, 98 mile an hour fastballs did you face in
one
your
at
day?
bat. Let me tell you real fast. 1 at bat. And this was in a college summer league that was like not a real summer league.
Okay.
We're playing this team from Mexico. And they got a coach on the bucket the whole time. He's wearing the Adidas track pants suit with the 3 stripes, whatever. He's got some turf shoes on. And us, again, not a legit league. It was just kind of men's league, but for college kids.
Okay.
We play these guys. I'm on deck, and they make a pitching change. Coach walks out there, and all of a sudden he's got cleats on. I'm like, oh, this guy's got cleats on. He pulls the pitcher, and he stays in the game. He takes the pitcher's glove. Let me get that. He starts warming up. We were at a field, which is unbelievable, that had it's like a minor league park that had miles per hour on the board. I'm watching him warm up, and it's like 93, 94. I'm like, this dude's wearing track pants. Who is this guy? Boom, here we go. He jumps out there. First pitch I see, I'm like, I got to sit fastball. I have to. I have no other choice. I mean, we're seeing mid-80s. It's whatever. I've probably seen 92, 93 in junior college a couple times, but whatever. First pitch. Boom, I fell it straight back. I'm like, whew, I was on it. I look at the board, 97. I'm like, this dude jumped off the bucket. I didn't see him stretch, didn't see him do nothing. 97. Next pitch he throws me, I'm miles late. Fastball, same thing, 97. I'm like, geez. I'm like, all right, get on the fastball. Be ready for the fastball. He throws me a slider. I Little League bent out of the box, thought it was going to hit me. Terrified. Strike 3. I went, all right, sounds good, man. Thanks for being I had to be the first guy to see him. But not easy, tell you that. And
so
I don't
you've
care if
seen 97.
I've seen 97, and I don't care if I spent another month and a half seeing it. It still would have been incredibly difficult.
Look, brother, I don't think people understand how fast 97 miles an hour actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Skenes rushing it up there at 100.
Yeah.
So even if, I don't care if you set up for that 100-mile-an-hour fastball and you own the fastball, and that's all you looking for, you still got to barrel up 100 miles an hour.
Gotta hit it.
That is literally, I won't say impossible, but it's very difficult.
You know, Tony Gwynn said when he saw a guy throwing 98 or higher, he would pick a spot in the zone that he was going every pitch. I'm going to start my swing to that spot. And now if the ball out of the hand looks like it's at that spot, now instead of just seeing where it is and attacking it, I'm already headed towards the spot, or at least thinking it. And now it's a small adjustment, like to go an inch up to get the ball or down, or because otherwise you're not hitting it.
Interesting.
You're not just sitting there going, if it's a strike, I'll attack it. It's like he was ready for a spot. And if it was around the vicinity of where he was planning on going, then it's a small adjustment up, down, wherever to get to it. And I thought that was an interesting way to see it. And can't argue with Tony Gwynn. But
one of the greatest hitters of all time. So I would love to have talked to Tony about that. I faced Rob Dibble in the 9th inning, Jake, late in the 1991 season. And Rob Dibble would always start me off with a first pitch fastball. We were down by 1. Prime time had just pinch ran, I think, for Mark Lemke. And Terry Pendleton hits a pop-up. As he's coming back toward the dugout, I'm walking up to the plate. And he goes, "Pick me up, DJ." Okay, once again, we talk about these. Pick me up, DJ. I was like, "I got you, bro." But I knew first pitch, Dibble always throws me a fastball away. So all I'm thinking is, if I can hit this base hit up the middle, they're not gonna throw prime time out on a base hit. We'll tie the ball game up. Because, by the way, we're down 6-0 at one point. We had battled back at 6-5. Rob Dibble was clocked on this first pitch at 101. I took him deep, Jake.
That at bat right there?
Bat.
You were trying to shoot.
It's one of the biggest moments in that 91 season in Braves history. Braves lead, right? And I wasn't trying to go deep, Jake. But what I used to always think about whenever I'm facing a guy throwing really hard is I'm trying to soften up, actually. I'm not trying to kill the ball. I'm just trying to soften my hands, and I'm just trying to get the bat head there. Get my rhythm, be soft in my rhythm, and then try to fire the bat head. Because that 100, that's going to give me all I need, right? So, and that's all I was thinking about is hit this ball up the middle. And I just happened, because I had him timed right, I got the bat head out a little further. But that's because I'm looking for that one pitch. Because Dibble threw me many times 2-1 breaking balls that I was way out in front. Oh my God. Right? In the dirt, I done swung at it. Right? Because you got to look for that gas. So Skenes, here's a young guy who's got an explosive fastball. If he can get that breaking ball over for enough strikes, he will be he has a chance to be a dominating force. But you got to be able to throw the breaking ball enough times for strikes in order to make that 100-mile-an-hour fastball look like 105 miles an hour. But hey, he's off to a great start. Obviously, Pittsburgh needs him. A team that I think Pittsburgh leads the National League in strikeouts offensively. I think they're like 13th in offense. The batting average, I think they're hitting 222. So the only way Pittsburgh is showing they're going to win right now is they got to pitch. They got to pitch. They
got lucky even winning that game, because when they took Skenes out, they went on I think they had 7 walks that inning.
I think Skenes had about six strikeouts, right? Five innings.
I think he had 7 Ks.
But he didn't get, I think he gave up the 1 home run, the solo home run. Was it a solo home run?
He left the game with 1 run. He ended up going 2 hits. So he had 2 guys on base. He left the game.
Right.
And then the reliever that came in went hit by pitch. And then I think he walked 3 in a row. And then they brought in another reliever who struck 2 guys out. Or no, the first reliever struck 2 guys out, and then with 2 outs, they walked like 6 guys in a row.
I know.
It's crazy, but they ended up winning 10-9.
That's the Pirates right now.
That's exactly right. So
it's fun to see young guys come to the big leagues with a lot of promise. Now, here's a guy who was the #1 pick, 2023, at LSU, They win the national. They win the College World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, look. He's getting all the best cards right now in Vegas right now.
I know where we're going with this.
So, he wins the College World Series, #1 pick. 2 months later, Jake, he announces that he's dating a young lady who is also a star on the gymnastics team at LSU.
A social media
Olivia
presence.
Is it Dunn?
Dunn.
Olivia Dunn. Who I didn't know who she was. I was just reading about Skenes, wanted to see where he came from, his process, and all of a sudden I come across his girlfriend, and then I see she has over 5 million followers. So the first thing I thought, Jake, is, well, I got to go see who his girlfriend is now that she has 5 million followers. Yeah. And then I realized, oh, she's a gymnast, and LSU also, they won their first national championship in the history of the school. So you got 2 young ones, 21, both 21, right? Met at school. What do you think about that, Jake?
Listen, I saw about 4 posts on social media of Skenes is making his debut or getting the call or he's going to the big leagues, and all 4 of them were Livy Dunn primarily, and then talking a little bit about Skenes. Like I mean, I'm getting Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift vibes from it, and it's interesting because we talk about the timeline of when they started dating, and this dude signs for $10 million, 9.7 signing bonus. And I mean, I'm not one to, I've never been in that ballpark. I don't know how it works when you got that kind of money, and I don't know what the girls look like when they're cruising in saying hi to you.
What are you trying to say? He got a whole lot cuter?
I'm just trying to say he got a lot better looking overnight.
He got a whole lot cuter?
He probably did. I mean, it's the way it goes, and I don't know. I don't know how long they knew each other.
We can have a lot of fun with this subject right here, man.
Because it's a very interesting timeline for them to get together. And I'm not saying I know, but it seems interesting that when you find somebody like that and so all of a sudden the cards start turning out right, they become a lot more appealing to, let's get in a relationship. Let's tie into this thing. What do you think? You know more about this than I do, man. I'll tell you right now.
Well, we about to go viral. We're trying to go viral
today.
This
is your world right here. So you tell me.
Look, first of all, we don't know either one of them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so therefore, you got to give them both a lot of credit for the amount of work that they have put in, because I'm sure the young lady has worked really hard to become a great gymnast. Yep. And she, along with the other young ladies at LSU, I can imagine the pressure and the work that they've put in to win that championship, the first one they've ever won. So, I mean, got to give shout out to that. And then also, I'm sure the young lady understands, the amount of work that he has to put in, starting his career at the major league level.
And for her too, building a social media is not the easiest thing in the world.
Look,
and she brought LSU.
What did we say? As soon as I saw that the young lady had 5 million followers, first thing I said was, there's only one way that a young lady has 5 million followers as a college athlete, is they got to be pretty, one, first and foremost, and 2, they have to be posting risque type of 100%. Material.
Yes.
That's the only way.
Yes.
I mean, that's the world we live in.
All right, Dave, you know what time it is. It's time to talk about Jerome's, one of our best sponsors here. If you guys are in the California area, you reside here, go to their website, number 1, apply to enter yourselves into the sweepstakes for the best seat in the house, which is a 4 VIP ticket package for you and your friends to go watch the Padres at Petco Park. You're going to sit in Jerome's recliners. You're going to get free food, drinks, whatever you want all night long. Hit the website, enter for the sweepstakes, your chance to win. If you are around, just get into one of their stores. Pop into a Jerome store. Find yourself some nice furniture. We love everything they gave us. You'll love everything you buy. So go visit a Jerome's near you.
At the end of the day, I like the joke, God gives us our cards, right? He deals us our hand, right? He dealt Skenes his hand. Well, he also dealt Livy her hand. Yeah. So Livy's playing her hand like Skenes is playing his hand, like you play yours and I played mine.
I like it. So from one flamethrower to the next. Now let's talk about Miller. We touched on him last week with the A's and how funny their situation is, but they're talking about putting this guy on the trade block at the deadline, getting rid of him.
Ridiculous.
He's a rookie. They got 6 years of control over him, but the problem is for the next 3 years, they're moving to a minor league park that holds 10,000 people. Now, in your shoes, you're moving from Yankee Stadium, say you get traded. I know you don't have the control over trades and stuff. How pissed are you if you're moving from a Yankee Stadium or the Braves Stadium to a minor league park for half your games?
You are so mad.
You're pissed.
You are pissed.
How bad does he want to get out of Oakland?
Oh, for him?
How bad does he want to get out?
Absolutely.
100%.
If he's hearing trade talks, he's like, yeah, go ahead, get rid of me.
Yeah.
He is a rookie.
Yeah.
How is a rookie in trade talks in May?
Yeah. Because he's that good. Because he's that good.
You got him for 6 years.
I know you do. But this is the A's. The A's are, what are they doing?
But what are you going to get for him?
You're going to get some minor league prospects. Right?
Right.
I think.
Okay, look, the fact he's off to a great start is outstanding, right? But we've seen many pitchers get off the good starts. We've seen many hitters get off the good starts. He's showing what he's capable of doing. But he doesn't have a long track record, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't understand the purpose of trading this young player away because you're not going to trade him and get all-stars back. You're not going to get all-stars back.
But the odds of him being good long-term as a closer are a lot better than if he was a starter, right? You're talking more injuries, all that stuff. So what he's shown and how often he's used, the odds of him continuing to do what he does and staying healthy for the most part.
I'm counting on him.
Yeah.
But if you come to me, let's play it out. You come to me, I'll be the Braves, and you say, hey, I want to get rid of, we want to trade this young closer, a rookie. And I see his talent, right? Okay. I see the potential. What do you want for him? You're not getting Acuna.
No.
You're not getting Albies.
I don't think you're getting anything but prospects.
See what I mean? You're going to get some prospects.
Because he's still kind of a prospect, really.
Exactly. So I'm not giving you my top prospects. I may reach a little bit lower in my well and offer you some guys, maybe an A-ball, but I'm not giving you any of my top 10s. Yeah. Why would I do that?
You're getting question marks. Prospects in the low system
but
going,
let's
these
go back
guys
to
could
the
be good.
A's. Why are you? What message are you sending your fans? What message are you sending your players? This young guy came up with A's, correct?
I believe so.
I believe he came up with A's. You join the big league team, and already they're talking about trading you?
All the other guys in the clubhouse, too, are going,
what are we doing?
We're just getting rid of everybody.
Everybody on the team is like, man, what are we doing over here? And then we're going to go play in a 10,000-seat
This place,
stadium.
It's your typical minor league park. It has seats wrapped around
3 years,
third base to first and grass sitting. It's minor league park is exactly
so
what
we're
it is.
going to go play in this ballpark for 3 years.
3 years until the new stadium's built.
Until our new stadium.
In Vegas.
And then when the new stadium is finished, you know it's going to be beautiful. State of the art. And then what are you telling your fans? Oh, guys. Oh, we're going to put a team on the field for y'all to root for.
You watch
Boy,
this.
you just watch. Boy, watch what we put on the field.
Can you start building that where they're at right now or no? They look like
since they are notorious for not wanting to spend money, then we're going to have to go back to that formula we talked about, I think, last week.
Developing your players in the system.
The Oakland A's are going to have to really, really have smart people in the room that can identify talent, pick the right players, and then they're going to have to hire the best pitching coaches, hitting coaches for their minor leagues to develop these players, because if you're not going to go, they're not going to go out and pay. So they're going to have to win with their ability to develop their talent through the draft.
Yeah.
And when that talent is getting into those years, third, fourth, I mean, get them for 6 years, but a lot of times you want to sign a young player a lot of times before his fifth year. When they get to that time, Jake, now they're going to have to be, once again, smart in trading that player and getting viable pieces. back for him. There's a whole lot of decision making that's going to have to go into the Oakland A's being successful.
Yeah.
And to date, it hasn't been doing a pretty good job of it.
No.
I would say.
Their track record is not good.
Their track record isn't one in which they've been doing a great job in these areas.
Yeah.
So I just feel bad for the A's fans, man, because the A's got tradition, man. They got tradition. I mean, they've won World Series.
Yeah.
They've got fans that love that team.
Yeah.
You can go back to the 70s, the 80s. They won in the 80s, right? 80s. Yeah. They won in the 80s.
They have a pretty storied fan base, and they're just not getting what they need of it. It'll be an interesting thing to see what they
it's just
continue
hard.
to
What
do
are
with
you
it.
telling your fans?
You're telling them that we don't care about you right now, and that sucks.
Yeah, right now, we don't want y'all to really look at us as a major league team that's trying to win.
Yeah.
We want you to understand that we're going to look like a minor league team for 3 years. And then when we get this new stadium, we're going to come out, boy, we're going to show you some talent then.
Yeah.
How does Major League Baseball think that this is okay? How does the commissioner look at this situation with the Oakland? Because literally, the Oakland A's organization right now literally look like a AAA, a top-notch AAA
It's a
organization
horrible
right
look for
now.
the brand of the MLB.
It's a terrible look for the brand of Major League Baseball. And the fact that the commissioner is allowing it.
Yeah.
That is surprising to me. But then again, you got to think, what can he do?
Yeah, I don't know the rules of being able to step in or what can you do.
You can't tell an owner how to run his team, correct? You can't come in and say, hey, man, you got to start spending money.
No.
Okay? You can't do that.
Or sell the
because,
team.
or you can't make a man sell a team. He bought it. Hey, Jake, that makes me think of another point. See, all of these teams, all of these major league teams out here with these owners, some owners, like rest in peace, George Steinbrenner. George Steinbrenner really, really wanted to put a product on the field for the Yankee fans. He really had a winner's mentality. It was really important for him to put a product out there that was going to be successful. But you have some owners that really look at it as just another business entity.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, this is one of my several businesses that I have. And if I can make some money with this business, then I'm making money. I don't really care that we win a World Series.
Yeah.
If I've got a solid fan base of people that buy tickets every year and they enjoy, I'll use Wrigley, although I can't say that their ownership is like this, but I'll just use Wrigley from this standpoint. The Cubs back in the day, and I would say still now, the Cubs have their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those people love the Cubs. They will come watch the Cubs whether they're winning or losing. So, and I'm not saying this is the Cubs ownership, but if you have a team like the Cubs, where I'm getting the gate every year, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I don't really have to spend a lot of money if I really don't want to, because I'm getting the gate.
We know what we're going to at least hit every year.
I know where we're going to hit. I'm going to come out in the positive on this business entity that I have.
Yeah.
That type of ownership mentality is totally different than the Steinbrenners are out here.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So you can't tell the Oakland A's owner how to run his team. You can't tell him. But what you can say to him is, bro, the way you're running it is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. It's garbage.
It's garbage what you're doing right now.
We need 30 owners that want to win. That's what we need. Build a winning team.
Ideally, but man, come on, man. Why you're making it look bad. You're making the team look bad. The organization look bad. Gonna play in a AAA field for 3 years. 10,000 fans. Can you imagine the letdown going on the road?
That's horrible.
And you go from playing the Giants, the West Coast trip. You got the Dodgers, then the Giants, and then we got Oakland.
And then we're going to go to Sacramento in the minor league park. Not good. Not good.
It's terrible. It's terrible for the game, and we'll just see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, we will.
Yep.
We'll find out. Real quick, I want to spend 2 minutes talking about this before we wrap this up. Contreras breaking his arm behind the dish.
I know.
This last year was the most catcher interferences in the league since 1974 because they're all scooting closer, trying to steal strikes. And it's at what expense? Are you going to steal a couple strikes and your catcher's going to break his finger, break his arm, something's going to happen? I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me. There's certain things that stealing strikes, stealing certain things, little piece of the game, that one to me, the risk is not worth the reward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you count all the pitches that are thrown on a daily basis in every game, and you put that against how many times there's actually catcher's interference, it's very low number.
Yeah.
Very, very low.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to really go away from telling the catcher to move up and try to catch these breaking balls a little, in spots that you can get the call.
Yeah.
But you are putting your catchers in harm's way.
Even the backswings.
Especially with guys who hit the ball the other way, who wait for the ball to get deeper into the strike zone, and their swings can sometimes flatten out from a different angle. Because what happened to Contreras? Oh man, I mean he got hit hard.
He was out there.
Like I've never seen that before.
Me either.
In all my years, I've never seen that.
I've seen it catch a lot of the glove, but I've never seen it catch
that to catch your arm. That means you really extended out there pretty far.
But see, that's a guy who's been doing it so long from his position that's what he does, and then you scoot him up. He's not going to change the way he receives the ball.
No.
And he's a foot further closer. It's just repetition. So I think something...
They're not going to do anything about that.
They're not going to
do anything about that.
That way.
Because really, if you look at it, it doesn't happen enough. It doesn't happen enough times to warrant not doing it.
Yeah.
It's just, this was a freak accident that I don't think I've ever seen happen.
No.
And that's what it'll be billed as, a freak accident. But man, you're losing your catcher, a good producer,
catcher,
producer in your lineup, a guy who handles your pitching staff very well. That's a huge loss for that team. Yeah. That's a huge loss.
It is, big time. All right, we got a couple segments, 2-3 minutes apiece. We're going to get out of here today. But first, I want to do a new segment called Memory Lane with Justice, where you take a little memory of your playing days and you just fill the fans in on what it was like to be you during that time. Quick 2-3 minute fill in, and then I'm going to do Jake's takes, and then we're going to finish up and get on out.
All right, so since if we're going to be doing this consistently, then I'm going to try to start in the very beginning, something from the very beginning, and then kind of progress it throughout the career. So the first thing I thought of was, all right, first of all, a lot of people may not know that I came to the big leagues as a first baseman. My first, I was in AAA, and I come to the field, and Jim Beecham, my manager, says, DJ, you ever play first base? I said, yeah, as a kid, growing up. Because, I'm a lefty, so, I'm playing pitcher and first base coming up through the youth leagues. He goes, well, the Braves want you to play first base tonight. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm lefty. I don't have a first base mitt. I'm playing first base with my outfield glove, right? No problem. I'll do whatever it takes, whatever they need me to do. Bruh, the next day, the Braves called me to the big leagues to play first base. Man, let me tell you something. When you 300 feet away, that's a whole different ball game than when you 90 feet away. A routine ground ball is a rocket. I'm over there like a hockey goalie. I'm right? Just beating my body up, throwing it to first. I remember we're playing the Mets, and Bobby Cox, infield in, right? And we're in New York. I'll never forget this, man. And my homie, Daryl Boston, he was had his knees on the steps. And he was like, he gonna kill you, homie. He gonna kill you. Straw was up. I'm playing first base. And Bobby Cox is telling me, move the infield in. Hey, I'm just scooting my feet in place. I'm moving. I ain't going anywhere. I'm just making it look like I'm going somewhere. And I got my hat down low, right? And I can see Bobby way over there coming in. I'm just looking at it. I'm just scooting my feet, right? Lord, please don't let Straw hit this ball to me. Please, Lord. All I remember is seeing Straw connect, and that ball go over my head, and I go, yeah, I'm so glad he did. I was just happy to hit it to me, Jake. Thank you. Yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah.
It ain't
Remember, mind you, we the last place team. We getting beat by everybody. They send the limousines to pick us up at the hotel, make sure we get to the game on time. We just taking a beating throughout the whole league. But I will never forget playing first base. Man, I was so scared at first base. I remember Tim Raines gets on base. I said, Tim, if we pick you off, I'm going to hit you in the back of the head. Mm-hmm. He thought I was joking. Tim Raines was a great base stealer, Expos back then. Tim Raines takes off, we pick him off. He takes off, I take one step forward, I catch the ball from the pitcher, I look, and all I saw was Tim Raines. I couldn't pick up the shortstop. I threw it, hit him right in the back of the helmet. Right in the back of the helmet, bam! Ball went to left field. He ran around the third looking at me in front. I told you, dog. I told you we going to get you. And my last one, this is going to be a trifecta. We had a guy named Joe Hesketh on the mound. We're in San Francisco. And Joe Hesketh threw the nastiest sinker baller. He's a lefty to first base. I mean, his ball is moving, right? I catch the first one, barely catching it, right? He had the lights, the shirts behind him. I take a step forward. I'm like, hey, Joe, don't throw over here. I can't see it. And by the way, it's the catcher over here, bruh. Terry Kennedy ain't going nowhere. Right? I thought he got the message.
0 for 0 on the season on steal attempt.
I thought he got the message. Yeah. I walk back over to my base. I'm sitting there, holding him on. Here he comes again, throwing over to first. This time I swipe at it to catch it. I catch nothing but air, Jake. I turn around real quick to run down the right field line, right? Because I missed it. All of a sudden, I look, the ball right there on the ground. What the heck happened? It hit Terry Kennedy in the chest.
How pissed was he? Catch the ball, David.
Terry Kennedy is bent over. He goes, mother. And I'm a rookie. And you know me, hey man, sorry, bro. Sorry, dog. Right? And I look over, and Wendell Kim, their first base coach, is on his knees, laughing his butt off. And Joe Haskins is looking at me like, what's going on? I'm like, bruh, like, didn't I tell you? I can't see over here, bro. Like, stop throwing over. Hit him right in the chest. That's from my rookie year. Thank God the Braves traded Dale Murphy. Because then that allowed, I used to be in the on-deck circle looking at first base like, God, I got to go back out to first base on defense. It literally had a serious mind game. It was killing me. Yeah. They trade Dale Murphy. And they put me in right field. They sent me back home.
Relax.
Them last 2 months of the year, I hit 20 homers with 50 RBIs. I hit like 335.
Whole different
and
guy.
Won the National League Rookie of the Year in my last 2 months.
I love that.
Whole different game. So that's my memory lane. In episode 5, that's my first memory, the trifecta from my rookie year.
Already got me looking forward to next week's.
Oh, yeah. I got some good ones, bro.
That's beautiful. All right, good. Let's go. Jake's takes real quick for me. This came from most of my stuff, the youth baseball, and I'm not always harping on it, but I see a lot of comments a lot of times where we talk about the overusage of kids and parents get, parents got to do better, protect their kids. My beef with those comments is that it is not the parents' responsibility because a lot of parents have no idea. They didn't play sports. They don't know. And most of these travel teams, they're paying for a professional coach that should know better. I don't think a single mom that has her son playing sports needs to know what's safe for her son's arm to throw. I think the coach that she's paying or they're paying as parents, it's their responsibility. So my whole thing when I see that, and this is the parents just wanting to win, yeah, of course they want to see their kids win. But they're also putting them with coaches that are supposed to be professionals, supposed to be looking out for their kids. And to me, this is 100% on the coaches. If a parent knows better, then great, they can step in. But the majority of them do not. Because even when we were kids, we threw night and day. Didn't matter. And it was just not the way it is now, not the research, not the injuries that we can learn from. So my quick take is just that I need these travel ball coaches, these high school coaches. Little League monitors it themselves. You can only throw so many pitches and move on, which is great. Adapt that. These tournaments have inning limits. Your kid can throw only 4 innings. It's like, great, but he could throw 120 pitches in 4 innings. And a coach is going, well, he hasn't used his innings. Parents, learn, do some research, but make sure that your coach is the one figuring it out. So you coaches, my opinion, got to do better by these kids and these parents. Act like nobody knows. Parents don't know. Kids don't know. It's your responsibility. So do better. All right, finishing off with substance. We got one quick question. You went first last week. I'm going first, and we are moving. What's your most cherished memory?
Oh, in baseball?
In life.
Oh, well, this is an easy one. So, like I told you, I was raised with just my mom. I had the best mom in the world, bro. My mom, I was easily the most spoiled kid known to mankind. You know it's bad when you know you spoiled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could walk in the house, drop my clothes on the floor, my mom pick them up, wouldn't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have to make my bed. I got breakfast in bed as a kid.
That's nice.
Oh, like breakfast in bed. My mom would bring the breakfast and sit it on me, and all I had to do was sit up in the bed.
Start eating.
What a spoiled kid I was. And I knew I was spoiled. So I remember, I grew up in a house, you know what I mean? I didn't grow up in the projects. I didn't grow up like that. But I always wanted to move my mom I wanted her to go out and live out in the suburbs. Yeah. You know what I mean? In one of the real sweet neighborhoods, right? Mm-hmm. So I asked my mom, I said, Mom, would you ever want to move out of our house? And my mom was set. She never wanted to move to California. I moved to California. She loved the seasons. She had her friends. She had her own, everything set in Cincinnati, right? This was it. Is when I said, Mom, I want to buy you another house. And at first she was like, no, baby, save your money. You have to do that. But then I guess she got thinking about it, right? So I talked to my mom probably a couple days later, and she was like, well, baby, I was thinking about it. I said, okay, Mom. So Indian Hill, Amberley Village is one of the real nice neighborhoods in Cincinnati. And so we went looking right out there and found my mama home. And bruh, to see it's almost emotional for me.
Oh, man.
But to see the smile on my mom's face,
mm-hmm.
when I got her that house, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, that tops every individual accolade I ever had in sports, was to see how happy I made my mom that day.
Oh, I love that.
That's my one right
love
there.
That. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Damn, my allergies acting up, man.
Hey, that's what this
y'all
is all
got
about.
In the air in here, man.
See?
Y'all need to put a purifier or something in here, man. Got my allergies. I need some Benadryl, man.
That's
got my allergies messing up, man.
That's why we do it.
Ask me no more of them damn questions, Jake. What's wrong with you?
Get these people their dose of real life David Justice.
Man.
That's what that's about.
I'm telling you, brother.
Go ahead and pull one. That was nice.
A special moment, bro.
Go ahead and pull a card for me.
I'm still in the moment. I apologize, Jake.
I appreciate that one.
All right, now to yours.
That answer
okay.
is beautiful.
All right, here we go. You got to follow that.
I know. Brutal.
All right, here we go.
I'm kind of crying from your story.
Here's yours, Jake. All right, tell the story of the best day of your life.
Wow.
Tell the story of the best day of your life.
The best day of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could easily be the wedding and all that. This is an interesting story. So my roommate in high school, Tyler Lake, very good Christian guy. We got back my sophomore year of college, and we were sitting in the living room of our apartment talking one night, and I was standard college guy doing whatever, partying, having fun. And he comes up to me while we're sitting on the couch. He's like, hey, what do you think if you just stop the partying, stop talking to girls, whatever, and just focus your sophomore year on baseball and decided you're going to get a scholarship, you're going to get out of here and you're going to play at the next level, do your thing. And I was like, man, it hit me pretty hard for whatever reason. I said, I think you're right, dude. I am going to not talk to anybody. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to forget talking to girls, forget talking to everybody. So I'm going straight baseball the next 6 months. I'm getting out. I love it. Thank you. Next day, I met my wife and we hung out for about 20 days straight. He's like, what did I try to tell you, man? You're distracted. I'm like, I don't think I am. So I think this is something else. So that next day, I think when I met my wife, for me, best day of my life, leads to the wedding and our daughter now that we have and all of that. That is all a piece of the best day of my life. But meeting my wife and just knowing but not knowing. You know, they say, oh, you know when you meet the one. Looking back, I think I did. But it was very interesting for me to say, I'm going to focus on one thing, and then God, through my roommate, put me in a spot and brought her into my life. And now, obviously married, coming on 10 years this summer in about a month. And our daughter's 8, spent the whole weekend watching her play softball. And pretty amazing life with my wife and daughter. And thinking about that first day we met, I'll never forget it because of the whole lead up to it with my roommate. So best day of my life is bar none that day I met my wife.
So Skenes and Dunn have a chance.
They got a chance.
They got a real chance.
If me and my wife did it, they can do it.
Okay, all right, okay.
No doubt about it. All right. Hey, very nice end to that. I love that story about your mom. I think that's every guy's dream, to set their mom or parents up in a very nice situation. I love hearing that story. I think everyone else will too. So,
man, I got my allergies acting up in here today,
episode 5 in the books. We covered a lot. This will be a good one to watch back. I enjoyed this one. So follow us. You guys know. Subscribe to the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're everywhere. Make sure you follow, subscribe, continue watching. We appreciate the support, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
See y'all next time.